Cumia Town podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cumia Town podcast, episode number World War III. So far, my only problem with World War III, which is already started, we're not going to get you're not going to get a memo on your phone when they start World War III because it's already happened. We're in the middle of it. And so far, my only problem is with the artwork associated with the BLM Chicago people. They posted a picture of a guy in a parachute. Because the people that attacked the music festival in Israel they were on paragliders, which meant they had a fan on their back. That's why they made the sound when they were buzzing over the concert, because they had a giant fan that's run by a lawnmower engine that's blasting them through the air. The clip art is the BLM's bullshit. I don't know why the Bureau of Land Management cares, but their clip art is bullshit, and they stuck a Palestinian flag out of the top of the parachute. They don't even know physics. If you want to hang a flag off a parachute, you tie a weight on a string around the guy's heel, and you fly the flag off of that. You don't. There's nothing to shove the flagpole in on top of a parachute. The fact that they just clip arted this bullshit, and I'll bet you that whoever did that has some letters behind their name. I think they're probably the graphic arts specialist for the BLM Chicago. Bullshit art production is what these fuckers should be called. And that is so far my only complaint. There will be more. So pay attention for that. Elon has come out and said we are sleepwalking our way into World War III. Did you ever see that movie Sleepwalkers? With it was Stephen King book about this dude and his mom. Dude's drilling his mom, and except they're cats, so I guess that makes it okay. We produce some fucked up shit in the 80s, and with regard to that sort of thing, not cool, Stephen King. And Adam Carolla the other day pulls up. He's made his position clear. He pulls up this old video of Joan Rivers, which Johnny should have given the show to her. I mean, Jay's all right, but Joan would have fucking nailed it. But goddamn, she goes off. Can we talk here? Oh shit! Fuck these asses. Kill them all and let Allah sort them out. I'm Joan Rivers. Oh, fuck them. She fucking snapped. And that was pretty sweet. It was nice to hear somebody say, women and children, fuck them all. It's not, I don't agree with it. That's not how I raised my family. I've taught my people to be a little more considerate of human life. But, good for her for taking a stand. God rest her soul. She was funny. She was a funny woman. Here's what I recommend you do. I would say go to your dresser and find the drawer with the least amount of stuff in it. Dump it out. And then buy stuff you're already using. This is it's not rocket science, but what's already happening? Well, let's see, the price of gas is expensive. The price of everything has gone up. More and more things are happening to our water supplies. So what I would take your clothes out of one drawer and donate it to the food and clothing bank if they'll accept it, or Goodwill. And then I would when you go to the store, buy a little extra of everything you're going to buy. A new pack of socks, buy a new pack of socks. Buy a lighter, just a disposable Bic lighter. Just chuck it in the drawer. Every time you go to the store, buy a little bit of something else. Vitamins, multivitamins, seeds. You can buy seeds to grow stuff. The main thing I would recommend is ammunition. Even if you don't have a gun, just go buy a box of ammo and see what people are talking about at the gun store. It's and of course you always want to have all the usual shit like a flashlight, duct tape, disposable gloves, sewing kit. But what I would recommend batteries, yeah, for sure. But I would recommend, oh yeah, get some tarps, just so you can make a shelter if you need to make a makeshift shelter. And then some people have said rubbing alcohol. Yeah, sure, it's cheap. But what I would recommend is go down to the liquor store if you have one and get some moonshine. And you want to stock up on shit like cigarettes, even if you don't smoke, liquor, even if you don't drink. These, weekly luxury things can be traded for things you do need. You don't really want to be the only guy with a gun and nothing else. You kind of get a reputation for uh, using people for their stuff. You don't want that. And I would say if you think you're going to go to the joint, I think in prison stamps are valuable. So they're flat. You can pack a lot of them in your safe. Get the forever ones. And if you send letters at all, go down to the post office and get some stamps. And if you get the forever ones, they're always going to be one stamp, one letter, and you can invest in that. And the price of stamps goes up. Same thing with gasoline. Fill your car up, get an extra gas can, fill that up. Why? Because the price goes up all the time. You want to rotate that out. You don't want to be, don't want to try to be used gasoline that's been sitting around for 6 years. That'll fuck up your engine. But so drain it every year and refill it. Get bottled water. Get a water filter. It's not rocket science. It's survival. But I say fuck it. I say thrive. Get all the seeds you can imagine. Think about building an addition to your house. Buy cement. Go buy bricks. Get a pallet of bricks. Put it in your backyard. Why not? And last but not least, get some tuna cans packed in oil. Why? Because you're also going to get a box of string and some matches, or a ball of string rather. And because what you can do is you can take a nail and punch a hole into that tuna can and push the string down in it, leave a little out, and now you've got a candle. You let the oil, it has to be packed in oil. With that tuna packed in oil, it burns off. It's also pretty calorie dense, so you've got a light, and then when it burns out, you can eat the tuna. We sent some of those to Fukushima when that thing went off, and it was greatly appreciated. So yeah, tuna packed in oil, ball of string, hammer and a nail. So yeah, we're about to see some crazy shit like out of the Bible or something. That's it's coming. Buckle up. And speaking of the Bible, I remember one year I was doing ComFest, a community festival in Columbus, Ohio, and I had a table there, and it's a pretty cool festival. It's like off a high street. I think it's Goodale Park. But anyway, it's everybody comes out. You'll sell some art if you're there. People have a good time. They have bands. It's open at night. It's pretty cool. And one time, I had pretty much just a table full of paperweights, and this guy walks up and he's got this blind man with him. And the blind man has he must be completely blind because he's holding on to the guy's elbow, and he's got like biblical cysts all over his body, like lumps, like bumps all over. Like it would take a dermatologist, over a year to remove them all, and they'd probably just grow back. And he's blind anyway; he can't see them. But yeah, this guy's pretty fucked up. But the guy he was with described all of my paperweights to the blind guy, and I don't know if you know anything about paperweights. They're just glass balls. So on the outside, they all feel the same. But this dude described every one of them. It's like, oh, this one's got it's got like a pink inside. It's full of bubbles with like a blue stripe around it. Then there's like a green stripe on top of that. And then there's like a red spot on the top. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do, to volunteer your time to do something as simple as describe the inside of a kaleidoscope to a blind person, which is why I've invented a new bit and why we'll be reading the funnies to blind people. So I'm going to read comic strips to the blind. So let's get one here. Okay, this is a pretty good one. The there's a couple of sperm cells, a couple of sperms, and they're swimming, and it looks like a green background, and there's one that's got like an army helmet, and he's like the sergeant, and then the other ones are following him. In the next panel, the private sperm says to the sergeant, "Why is it so cold?" And then in the third panel, the sergeant says, "'Cause we're in a shamrock shake." There you go. That's comics for the blind. Stay tuned for more of that. Check back later. Tell your mama I said hi. Kick your dad in the nuts. He'll know why. Cumia Town.